Hello, hello, hello. This is JailynnJoanna, the host of To Whom It May Concern, and I'm so excited to bring this episode to you guys. Today, we are going to be having so much fun. I get to finally introduce one of the loves of my life to you. Okay, what can I say about this young person before I introduce him? And look at that smile, isn't he gorgeous? So he and I have been friends for, wow, it's going on 3 years now. And we'll talk about how we met, but I know that you guys are looking at the channel and you're seeing all of the new images, the cover art and things of that nature on my Instagram as well as on the videos. And it's because of this lovely, young, beautiful, kind, sweet, how much should I say about you? Lavender. Hi, Lavender.
Hello.
Tell the whole world exactly who you are and all of your goodies about you. Like, where are you from? Let's start with that.
Yeah. Well, hello, everyone.
I know that was a lot, right? I'm like,
my name is Lavender. Or Mason, I go by both, and I am here in New York City, and I am originally from California, around the Bay Area, but I've been in New York City for about 3 years now, and I met Jailynn during the beginning stages of me being here, and she's been super transformative in my experience here, and I'm so grateful for our friendship.
You're not only a model, you're also an actor, and you're a photographer. So let's start with the first, modeling. How did you get into modeling?
I ended up just meeting people who work in the modeling and acting industry. And that was just sort of how I got my start, through networking, through meeting people, through finding out about different opportunities, knowing where to search online, knowing how to get representation, all of that. Just did a lot of the groundwork and sort of fell into my lap in a lot of ways. And I think it was just the universe being like, okay, you can move here and you can be a creative person and pursue that, because I am a creative person at heart. And it's my passion to produce and to perform and to create art. And so I think the universe brought me here to New York City to do just that. And working in public relations was my vehicle to get here to New York City. Right at the beginning.
Some of your pictures, honey, set me on fire. They bring the moistness in all the right areas. And I know clients must look at you and what you bring because of the angles of your face and the way that you're very, you're extremely photogenic. And it's not just me giving you a compliment and blowing smoke up your hoo-ha, but you really, really are. And because you're so photogenic, I feel as though that makes you even that much more of a stronger photographer. So let's talk about your photography. How did that happen with you?
Yeah, so that's so interesting that you mentioned that, because I think that modeling and photography go so hand in hand. They're very much the same craft in many ways. You use the same perspective and eye in creating both art forms. So I was always interested in photography. I took a photography course before even moving here to New York City, and I didn't really pursue it professionally. It was more just a hobby for me, but I loved it so much. I loved to kind of create living art through defining it into a rectangle, and building in beauty into that small frame. I don't know. I think it's such a cool process, and it's very rewarding to do it. And I mostly love shooting other people. There's tons of different types of photographers, landscape, street art, but I really love to work with others, and that's my favorite. I love to sort of collaborate and turn it into a fun experience where we're just sort of comfortable together and having a good time, and the art just comes from that.
Made me believe that I could actually have a future in that. And it's because of your photographs that I was actually signed to a modeling agency. So it's kind of crazy, but you have to be on all of my shoots because nobody moves me the way that you do. Tell us about your acting career and what's been going on with that.
So unlike with modeling, where I never thought I would do it. I never thought that I was like beautiful growing up. It wasn't until I moved to New York City that I kind of realized it was possible. I loved acting growing up. Like theater was my thing, it was my respite, and throughout high school, I was very quiet in all of my classes because I kind of wanted to blend in. But in theater class, I felt like I could be my true authentic self, and it was much easier for me to make friends in theater class. So that was like my favorite thing to do, and I always wanted to be an actor. But I think I ended up working in like political public relations because I didn't think that working in the arts was like feasible and that I could make money or have a career in it. I had all those like societal like voices in my head telling me that it wasn't
Yeah.
practical. But it is completely doable in New York City, especially if you're passionate about it and you persevere. And the acting and modeling world go so hand in hand. So you meet many models that are actors, many actors who do some form of modeling. So I got my start in acting the same way that I did with modeling, where I was just meeting fellow creatives who worked within this field and were like picking their brain and asking them how to get my start. And that was sort of how I got into it. And it started off with me sort of freelancing and finding my own work. And then that has sort of like grown into me doing training and me having representation. And it's been so fulfilling. The industry can be wild, it has a whole bunch of downs, but every time I submit an audition or I do a self-tape or an opportunity to perform, I know in my heart that this is what I want to do. It is so fulfilling and it just makes me happy.
Oh, you were on Pose, and you had a little. Would you consider it like a background, like position, or like what would you call that?
Yeah. Um, it's technically called like a featured role. So I didn't actually have
Oh,
lines, but you are sort of featured and you play more of like a frontal role in some sort of scene. So yeah, that was on Pose season 3, and we filmed it right before the pandemic
episode
shut
what?
down.
Which episode was it? Which episode was it?
I still haven't watched the 3rd season yet because it's not Netflix, so I don't know.
Ah,
Yeah,
I watched the season twice, and I'm trying not to ask you,
yeah.
but when we get done with the with this, I'll definitely ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Like, what do you see for your future?
I want to keep developing meaningful relationships with people, keep growing my relationship with people. Been here for 3 years, so I've developed very strong, heartwarming relationships with folks, but I want to keep building that. To me, that's like the most like, fulfilling thing is to feel like I have a sense of family here in New York City. And it's been hard, over the course of the pandemic, particularly, to do that. I think a lot of people have probably struggled with sustaining relationships. But that's what I want to keep doing. And I want to keep doing what allows me to pursue my passions. And that is acting and modeling and photography and collaborating with my friends to just create like fun experiences. I'd love to, obviously, I have many different goals when it comes to acting and modeling. With photography, I've only started doing it professionally recently. I didn't in the past. So I'd love to help out fellow actors and models who are pursuing the start of their career, helping actors get their headshots, helping models build their portfolio. I love doing that. It's so rewarding when people get the results that they want and we felt comfortable and fun while doing that. Like there's nothing that I like more than just making people feel comfortable and helping people like have fun. I feel like photography and collaborating and acting and modeling allows me to do that. And it's professional, but it's personal. And so it just like is a big like smorgasbord of like fun. I don't know.
Oh, I love that word. I
Satisfying
haven't
thing.
heard that word in so long.
It rolls off the tongue.
Smorgasbord. It wrote well. A lot of things roll off the tongue. That's not one of them. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I absolutely love the way that everything came out. I look really bronzed, really tan, my skin looks really good, and I keep pulling this down so I can show you guys everything. Hi Otto. So this is the look. I haven't touched anything up since I did my makeup. Only thing that I did was pull my hair down and get changed. So I hope you guys like it. Exes. Yeah. So, can exes be friends after the relationship is gone? Yes and no. And it all comes down to maturity. I say, once you see me naked and you want to see me naked again and I'm just not feeling it, yeah, we got to end this. There is no friendship because it can never really work. Ooh, excuse me. It can never really work if one person is continuously holding the torch for the other person. Relationships are really difficult. It takes a lot of work. I recently had a situation where, and I'm going to be frankly honest, you guys actually met him in a previous video in my old channel. I'm not going to say his name, but he knows who he is. We broke up. He started dating someone else, and then the someone else started to stalk me via social media and started to, I don't know how she got my number, but she got my number and started to reach out to me via my phone and started to send me inappropriate messages and then tried to harass me until I had to put her in her place and put him in his place and make that situation go away. So, with that being said, this person then starts to break up, make up, break up, make up with her. And then when he's living with her, is then sending me messages about how he wants to get back with me and all of this stuff. And it just got very toxic. And it was all because of immaturity. So I had to block him via all social media, and I had to block him on my phone because I tried to be a friend to him, but his maturity level wouldn't allow it to happen. You know, he was younger. I'm much more mature. I was willing to be a friend, but he never really wanted to be my friend. He always wanted to be with me, and that was the problem. And I tried to be his friend, but unfortunately it couldn't happen. And once his current, whatever she is, got involved with it, then it just got really toxic and really nasty. And I'm too busy loving myself and too busy, trying to do the absolute best with my life and with my body and with my mind, and just I can't be involved with something like that. So I had to say goodbye. And exes are an ex for a reason. I think I'm answering my own question that exes are an ex for a reason. So 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. So if you have an ex that is trying to be in your life and you're just having questions like, can we be friends? Can we not be friends? I say 9 times out of 10, no. There is that one time that it may work, but I have to say, no. Exes are an ex for a reason, and I answered my own question. So I love you guys. And please subscribe to the channel if you like what you see and you like what you heard. And please, give us some love and give us shout outs and give us shares if you like what you see. I love you guys more than you'll ever know. And I love you. Yeah, no, can't work. Deuces. I love you guys. Bye.